Dr. Sharkar and M arrived at Shyampukur and found the master sitting with the devotees in his room. Dr. Bhaduri was also there. Dr. Sharkar examined the master's pulse and inquired about his condition. The conversation turned to God. Dr. Bhaduri: shall I tell you the truth? All this is unreal, like a dream. Dr. Sharkar: is everything delusion? Then whose is this delusion? And why this delusion? If all know it to be delusion, then why do they talk? I cannot believe that God is real and his creation unreal. Master: that is a good attitude. It is good to look on God as the master and oneself as his servant. As long as man feels the body to be real, as long as he is conscious of I and you, it is good to keep the relationship of master and servant. It is not good to cherish the idea of I am he. Let me tell you something else. You see the same room, whether you look at it from one side or from the middle of the room. Dr. Bhaduri to Dr. Sharkar: what I have just said, you will find in the Vedanta. You must study the scriptures. Then you will understand. Dr. Sharkar: why so? Has he, meaning the master, acquired all this wisdom by studying the scriptures? He too supports my view. Can't one be wise without reading the scriptures? Master: but how many scriptures I have heard. Dr. Sharkar: a man may mistake the meaning if he only hears. In your case, it is not mere hearing. Master to Dr. Sharkar: I understand that you spoke of me as insane. That is why they, pointing to M and the others, don't want to go to you. Dr. Sharkar looking at M: why should I call you, meaning the master, insane? But I mentioned your egotism. Why do you allow people to take the dust off your feet? M: otherwise they weep. Dr. Sharkar: that is their mistake. They should be told about it. M: why should you object to taking the dust off his feet? Doesn't God dwell in all beings? Dr. Sharkar, I don't object to that. Then you must take the dust off everyone's feet. M. But there is a greater manifestation of God in some men than in others. There is water everywhere, but you see more of it in a lake, a river, or an ocean. Will you show the same respect to a new Bachelor of Science as you do to Faraday? Dr. Sharkar, I agree with that. But why do you call him God? M. Why do we salute each other? It is because God dwells in everybody's heart. You haven't given much thought to this subject. Master, to Dr. Sharkar, I have already told you that some people reveal more of God than others. Earth reflects the sun's rays in one way, a tree in another way, and a mirror in still another way. You see a better reflection in a mirror than in other objects. Don't you see that these devotees here are not on the same level with Prahlad and others of his kind? Prahlad's whole heart and soul were dedicated to God. Dr. Sharkar did not reply. All were silent.